Good afternoon, everybody. It's Wednesday again. How's it Wednesday again already? Anyhow, I've got a curry coming up dry. I wanted to firstly say thank you because it seems some of you have been inspired by my videos. I just kind of did the first one as a bit of a just need to do something and post it out there and reach out to people I haven't seen or that are not training at the moment. So it was quite nice. I had some comments this week. The viewing rate has gone up a little bit. So a lot of people I've spoken to, I've run with a couple of people this week, said, oh no, it's really good, really interesting. So I'm glad it's useful, which is the most important thing. Today, I wanted to talk about unders and overs, and there's two things to that. But before I get into detail on that, a bit of disclaimer really. Firstly, I'm not here to sell anything, okay? This isn't some pyramid scheme. I'm not trying to pump anything, to you. I don't even want you necessarily to sign up and come to classes or to book PT. This is kind of a bigger thing for me in terms of just offering some free advice, because nothing in the world is free, is it really, ever? But just to give some free advice and to try and help people understand things a little bit. And this last few days, I actually asked some of the guys that do my Thursday quiz exercise. If you don't know what that is, then you've not been listening or watching very much. But Thursday night we do a Zoom call. It's an hour's exercise, and we do quiz in between. So do a minute of exercise and ask you a question. A lot of the questions over the last few weeks have been based on the video that I choose, which is topic related to health and fitness. Anyway, so today's it's not about selling, not about a pyramid scheme or anything like that. Your houses aren't at risk if you don't carry on watching. There's no annual APR to this. There's no free trial today and then you sign up £6.99 a month. Nothing like that. I'm giving this to you as knowledge, free of charge. Okay. So, unders and overs. Under is for understanding nutrition. So I've been asked if I can do a little bit on nutrition. That's a difficult thing to do because this could be a 3-day subject, okay? And I'm not here to bore you to a certain extent with that, but I want to give you the basics, some basic information about nutrition. The other thing is overs, and that's overtraining. Somebody else came to me and said, talk about overtraining. What is overtraining to people, I thought both those works quite hand in hand, so unders and overs. So, understanding nutrition. What is nutrition, and why do we use certain words about basically what we eat and what we drink every day? So some call it nutrition, some call it diet, some call it all sorts of different things. For me, it's very, very, very straightforward. Nutrition is nutrition. It's what you need to put into your body to enable your body to function on a daily basis, okay? When people say, do you know what, I need to go on a diet? No, you don't, okay? Diet means what you eat every day. We've been on a diet our entire lives and the entire time that society has begun. Cavemen were on a diet. They were mostly on a meat diet because they were out catching bears and stuff. And maybe they're plant-based. Who knows? Anyhow, but they were on a diet. People before them were on a diet. People after them were on a diet. We're on a diet. It's all about being on a diet. So don't ever say to somebody, "I need to go on a diet," because it's wrong terminology. And it sounds really nitpicky, but the importance is with this stuff is understanding and getting not only the terminology right, but getting your basic facts right. And I talked last week about going back to basics and educating yourself, and that's what I want you to do. So, diet. What is nutrition? What is diet? What is food? Food is fuel. It's a chemical. Food will do something to your body. When I say food, I mean water. I mean solid food. So plant-based foods, meat, dairy, everything. If food is food. Diet is what we do. Diet is a habit. Nutrition is specific to a need. So if you are looking for fueling for activity, it's nutritional based. If you're looking for activity recovery, it's nutritional based. If you're looking for improvements in your health or immune system, it's nutritional based. If you're looking for shape change, it's nutritional based. If you're looking for fat reduction, you see what I'm pointing? There is specifics for that. I can't just say to people, you need a specific diet for this thing. You need, specific food for these things. That's the nutrition. The nutrition is broken down. Like if you put petrol in your car or diesel in your car, the nutritional values of that it's a certain octane. So those who know about car will understand this stuff. But if you know nothing about cars, just trust me, okay? So that's nutrition. So nutrition is about the quality of the food. Food is fuel, mostly goes into the body, and our body will perform as a result of that. This is where it gets a little bit complicated. So, well, how do we then break that down? So, how do we know what to eat every day? So let's use the prime example of somebody who says they need to lose weight. You know what my thoughts are on weight. You can't weigh your fat by jumping on the scales. I don't care about these body mass indexing super 300-pound scales. Somebody has sold you some electronic scales that aren't accurate. It's just not going to work. Hang on a second. So if you're jumping on scales every day, what are you weighing? Sorry, I'll be back in a sec. What are you weighing if you jump on scales every day? Body's 60% water. For me, at 70 odd kilos, 46 kilos of my body weight is water. What happens when I breathe out? That's warm. That's warm air. What is warm air? It's evaporating water. At night, you go to bed, you don't drink for 8-9 hours, some of you sleep for less. Let's say average person sleeps 7.5 hours. So you're asleep in your warm bed for 7.5 hours. What do you think happens in that 7.5 hours? You're sweating maybe? Yeah, you're warm, so you're evaporating. Your water level is reducing, which is why we need to drink 2 litres of water a day. If it's cold outside like it was last week, you breathe out, you see steam. Yeah, that's magic, isn't it? No, it's water. Yeah, if you boil a kettle, steam comes out. That's water evaporating into the air. If you're exercising, you're losing water because you're perspiring, not expiring. There are many ways for your body to reduce its hydration level. Okay, so if you're jumping on the scales every day and you're saying to me, lost 2 pounds this week, or I put 2 pounds on this week, 2 pounds of what? You don't know. You have no idea because you're not measuring your body mass. You are measuring your weight. If I sat here now, where's my bottle of water? I haven't got it. If I sat here now with my bottle of water and I said, right, I need to weigh my bottle, but it's full of water, but I'm just going to weigh it every day. But in between weighing it every day, I'm going to drink some of it and I'm going to fill it up. I'm going to drink some, I'm going to fill it up. What am I weighing? I'm not weighing the bottle, I'm weighing the contents, which is a pointless task because in the morning it will be lighter because you've drunk some or you've evaporated some, then you fill it up and you weigh it and it's heavier. Okay, so those people that say that they've put on 3 pounds overnight, shut up. You have not put on 3 pounds of fat, which is what you mean when you say you've put on 3 pounds. You've increased your water levels, okay? Ladies, you go through the monthly cycle. Water, when you exercise, your body holds on to water to help recover the body. So your water levels are doing this all day long, every day. So therefore you need to replenish with water. How often do people say you need to drink a minimum of 2 litres of water a day? All the time. So how do we measure ourselves then? These. Body fat calipers, the most basic tool that you can get. So I would, take a part of the body and I would pinch it and I would get the arrows lined up and I go, okay, look, there's 0.2 there. Obviously I'm measuring my hand, okay. That's how you measure your body fat. Body fat calipers are far better than scales, okay. You can get these off eBay and places like that. I mean, I use them, don't use them all the time. But yeah, that's what you need to do. So going back to diet and nutrition, work out what it is you've got to work on, as in what is your goal? So is your goal to reduce your shape? If it is, then you are reducing your body fat. If it's to reduce muscle size, then that's a very, very different thing. Hello, Jessica.
Hello.
Oh, I've got a visitor. Right, come in here. Actually, you can be of use. See yourself down here. You can be of use. Okay. Right. So we're talking about food and healthy eating and stuff like that, okay? And I've not preempted this. Phoebe, do you want to come on this as well? You might as well. Come here, sweet cheeks. Sorry about this, everybody. Right, sit on my lap. Right. I'm going to ask these kids some questions because I think that we've jumped forward a little bit on the video, but I think it's quite important to get these guys involved. Low battery thing, we're very prepared. Right, at school, Jessica, question for you first. At school, how much are you taught about food, about diet, and about healthy eating?
Like, never. I don't know when I've been taught that.
You've not been taught it?
Probably once in year 4 or year 5 we've done a session on healthy eating, but rarely.
Okay.
Very rarely.
Okay, that's not good. Phoebe, how much have you been taught about healthy eating at school?
We did some in science and we did some diet things, so a little bit.
A little bit, okay. How important, and this question for both of you, how important do you think it is to learn about food and eating and what's good and what is bad at your age?
Important.
Important, right? So, Jessica, do I like cake?
Yes.
Phoebe, do I like cake?
Yes.
Am I a food hoover?
Yes.
Yeah,
do you know what that means?
No.
Do I hoover up all the food?
Yeah.
Do I always eat?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, okay. Am I too big? Am I overweight?
No.
No, okay. Do I let you eat cake?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do I let you eat biscuits?
Yeah. I don't like biscuits.
I know she's weird.
Weird. Do I let you eat Nutella?
Mhm.
Yeah. Do I let you eat pancakes?
Mhm.
Do I let you eat lots of snacky things? Yeah. Why do I let you eat all those things?
Because we exercise.
You exercise.
Yeah.
Do you? Do you exercise?
Mhm.
How much exercise do you do, Phoebe?
I don't know.
You do 4 hours a week.
You do 4 hours a week.
Mhm.
You do 4 hours a week of gym conditioning, and you do PE, don't you? Who do you do PE with?
You.
Me. Was it fun?
Mhm.
Do you like running up and down hills?
Yeah.
Okay. Jessica?
I do. Well, is that from like before lockdown?
Just average. How many hours of exercise do you do a week
Well,
with PE? Just quickly.
okay. Well, I do 3 hours of gymnastics, and then I do around an hour and around half an hour running with you, and then we go on a few walks a week.
Okay, so a fair amount. Okay, so is it okay to eat snacks, crisps, and cake, biscuits? If you don't like biscuits, have cake. As long as you exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah. How have you learned that? How have you learned that? Who's taught you that?
You?
Me.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool stuff. What else do you need to eat?
Well,
What should you eat? What's healthy? What's healthy? When we talk about healthy foods, what should you eat, Phoebe?
Vegetables.
And do we ask you to eat vegetables?
Yes.
Yeah. What else do you need to eat?
Fruit.
Fruit. Do you like eating fruit?
Mhm.
What else we like you to eat? Bit of everything?
well, yeah, because you have to have a balanced diet, don't you?
Balanced diet, she says. Balanced diet. Good. Excellent. That's all I need you for.
Okay, goodbye.
Is that right?
Bye, everybody.
Did you want anything specific, or did you just come to be nosy?
Yeah, I came to be nosy.
Came to be nosy. Like their mother. Right. Leave me to it.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you. Sorry about that. But that's a really good example. So that's kind of something that I talk about here. So I'm educating you guys on this video, and I educate my children all day, every day on living a balanced diet, because that's what I do. So my intake, my nutrition is based on my activity levels. So what do we talk about? It talks about activity for fueling, recovery, health immunity, shape change, fat reduction, body calipers. Yeah. So there's lots of ways to get to where you need to go without it getting complicated. When we start off, if we learn these things from the start, good analogy for you, learn to drive a car, okay? We all remember, if you drive, of course, we all remember learning to drive a car, and you're in a car, and you're passing the steering wheel, and your mirror signal removing, and blah, 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 blah. You pass the test. What happens after you pass the test? You start to single arm it, and sometimes you might not indicate, and you cut corners, and you cross your hands over, and you speed, and we become lazy. We're not following the principles of the basics of driving. We're finding an easier way of doing it. Eating exactly the same thing. Is exactly the same thing. We are hopefully taught, not at school clearly, but we're taught by our parents. You guys that are adults and are watching this need to be teaching your children because they're the future generations and their children and their children and their children. If we carry on the rate that we're going, as I said last week, the 40-year cycle, we're doing this, we're going to carry on doing this. I know that there's too many people on the planet, but I don't wish everyone to die because we're not educating ourselves. But our habits are slipping. It's too easy to, go Costa Coffee. I keep picking on things like Costa Coffee. A medium latte at Costa Coffee, 167 calories. A cup of tea, 3 calories. A ginger nut biscuit, 50 calories. If you go and have a latte and a biscuit or a cake or something out there, it can weigh like 300 calories. Understand what that is. What difference does that make to your body? If you're having a latte, I've got clients who are having like 2, 3, 4 lattes a day. It's just mindless. You're not educating yourselves. I know it's nice. It's only nice because you've created the habit of doing it. Christmas is nice, but you don't want Christmas every day, do you? It'd be horrendous. Okay, the novelty wears off. Moderate. So back to the nutritional side of stuff. So here's a question for you all. Those that don't do my quiz-a-size, how many calories in a pound of fat? Did you know that? You can't answer because I'm doing a video. If you don't know it, I'll tell you, it's 3,500. Okay, 3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat. If you're over, so you divide that by 7, 500 calories a day. If you're over your diet by 500 calories, a latte, some biscuits, over a week, you're increasing your body fat by 1 pound, which is about the size of a grapefruit. If you're exercising every day and you're exercising a lot, then that's a very different thing because you're then burning that off. So that's what I do. So for me, using not a BMI, a body mass index, total load of rubbish, okay? Unless you're absolutely one extreme, like completely thin, under malnourished and just in a state for lots of medical reasons, the body mass index will help on that. If you're clinically obese, then it'll help you that. But for the average person in the middle of it, I'm sitting at the normal scale, but when I was a little bit heavier, I was starting to sit into the obese. I'm not obese, so body mass index, forget all that. BMR, basal metabolic rate, okay? Calorie deficit. There is an online BMR calculator. You put in your age, you put in whether you're male or female, you put in your height, you put in your weight, okay? Mine comes back, for me to maintain and stay exactly as I am, just on 70 kilos at the moment, just under 6 foot. My everyday calorie intake's 1,578 from memory. Call it 1,500 calories, okay? I've got clients at the moment that I've got on a 1,500 calorie a day diet. I'm talking about diets, what you do, to lose weight because they've got more body fat than me, so they need to lose that weight. I'm exercising every day, I might have mentioned it. If you're actively working out, if you're active 4 or 5 times a week, my calorie intake per day goes up to 2,300, 2,400, 2,500 calories because I'm active every day. So therefore I can afford to have porridge or granola in the mornings and a grapefruit mid-morning and then a sandwich and some soup or whatever it is for lunch and then a cake or biscuit in the afternoon, several cups of tea, loads of water, and a good the right things in it, fat, sugar, minerals, blah, 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 in the evening, as long as I stay within those calories. If you have no idea what your BMR is, and we're not all the same, we're all very different because we're different ages, different heights, male, female, so on and so forth, different weights, then you need to work that out because it's like your bank account, okay? Most of you should know how much you earn, if anybody's working at the moment, but how much you earn, how much your car insurance is, how much your rent or mortgage is, how much your phone bill is, how much you pay for Netflix and Sky TV and takeaways and all the stuff that we talked about before that you shouldn't do, but you do, okay? All of those things, you know how much money comes in and you know how much money goes out. Why do you not know that with your bodies? Very, very, very straightforward, isn't it? Work out how many calories per day you need to remain the size and the shape that you're at. If you're happy with that, if you want to be smaller, not lighter, you want to be smaller, then you need to reduce that down. You need to cut your expenditure a little bit, okay? So, just treat your body like that. Common sense, know your numbers, know what goes in, what goes out every day. If you get that right, you can't complain about being fat or being overweight or being underweight. You should be exactly where you are. A good, solid athletic size, no matter how much that weight is weight is irrelevant. It's how you look, it's how you are perceived in society, because we all look at other people and go, he's overweight, she's underweight, he's overweight. You know, it could be a lot more derogatory than that. But it's how we perceive ourselves. We've got so much pressure on ourselves to look like the people we see on Instagram and in the papers and all this nonsense. You know, who cares? I don't want to look like any of these people. I don't care. I walk around as I am, 70 kilos, I'm quite happy. I've been heavier, and that's how I can tell you about this. I've lost 3.5 stone. I lost that 16, 17 years ago now. And guess what? I never put it back on. So I know what I'm talking about. This is coming from my knowledge and my experience, and I did it the way that I did it. Okay. There are plenty of people out there that will sell you a pill, a powder, a protein shake, a special something, anything that's called the something diet. Stop paying for it. Okay, stop paying for it. You're paying somebody to teach you the common sense of life. You're paying somebody to teach you when it's daylight and when it's nighttime. You have to do some research yourself. You have to understand how your body works, how many calories you need. Calories are just a measurement. Okay, understand what a calorie is, understand what a pound of fat is, understand all these things. Don't be stupid and sit there and pay somebody else to tell you how to operate your body. Yeah. Take your car to a garage because they're an expert, but you know that you put water in it, oil in it, petrol in it, and you have to change things now and again, like the filters, to make it run. You know, you have to change the tyres when the tyres wear down. You can't cut corners. There's no point in me saying to you, yeah, you need to go on this special diet where you take this powder and swap this meal for this pill, or you drink. Controversial. If I'm dead by the end of the day, it's because somebody shot me. If you go and drink a bottle of lemon and ginger, yeah, it's going to cure all your problems. No. Yeah. To save tyre wear on all your wheels, are you going to take one wheel off and drive around with 3 wheels on to save wear and tear? Maybe use less petrol? What's going to happen? It's not going to work. Okay. Short-term fix for a long-term problem does not work. Cannot operate like that. I'm losing my track here. Going back to some nutritional facts, your body will store about 2,000 calories in your muscles and in your liver. Okay, so if you're eating a balanced, moderated diet, 2,000 calories there for your expenditure. So that for me is a good hour and a half, 2 hours run. I don't need to intake any more fuel than that. As you're exercising, you will burn both carbohydrate and fat. Okay, so you're using both of those substances as fuel. If you have no more carbohydrate, no more glycogen, and you have no more fat store, then you'll start to depend on protein, which will come from muscle tissue. So you will start to break down muscle tissue. So when I do my ridiculously long runs and I'm not eating properly, which is always an issue for me, I don't always get my nutrition on point, then I'll start to utilize that, which is what you don't want to do, okay? Going back to protein, it's a big thing for me, okay? Protein shakes. Take a protein shake, replace breakfast with a protein shake. No, you don't need to replace breakfast with a protein shake. Carbohydrate has 4 calories per gram. How much do you think protein has? Any idea? No. 4 calories. So protein and carbohydrate has the same calorific value per gram. So someone's telling you to stop eating porridge, cereal, toast, whatever it is for breakfast, and replace it with protein. Why? Because it's going to what? It's going to do what? Because it's going to not make you fat. Because carbohydrate is going to make you fat, but it's the same calories per gram. So maybe you eat. I don't know. Maybe the way forward is to eat 10 gram servings of protein instead of 3,000 3,000 grams of cereal. It doesn't make sense. Fat, however, has 9 calories per gram. So those that have done a paleo or a Dukan diet, where you cut out all your normal foods and start eating fat, and you start putting butter in your coffee and God knows what else stupid things people have told you, you're now increasing 9 calories per gram instead of carbohydrate at 4 calories per gram. Yeah, carbohydrate's the fuel of champions. It's the thing you need to have in your body. Okay, people say to me, I can't eat bread, it makes me bloated. Shut up. What do you think happens when you eat bread? Do you think you swallow it and it goes in your stomach and it goes boom, like a big French stick? No, it doesn't. If you eat too much food, it will make you feel bloated, irrelevant what it is. Yes, there's celiacs, there's people that are gluten-free. The whole world has got lots of gluten-free people now, as we do vegans. Controversial, somebody shoot me in a minute. Don't need to cut out carbohydrate, okay? You will burn fat in a carbohydrate flame, okay? I'm not gonna get into the science of it. If I give all of my trade secrets away, I won't have a job. So that's a much more in-depth video conversation. You have to pay for that. The average man needs only 56 grams of protein per day. Okay, that's the average man. So I would probably, that's about 0.8 of a gram per kilo of body weight. I would say I'm probably 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, maybe 0.4. I still don't take protein shakes, okay? If you had, I don't know, a couple of eggs, some toast, coffee, Costa Frappalaca Mochaccino in the mornings, you're probably not far off, like 20, 25 grams of protein. That's almost half of the average person's intake, okay? If you eat too much protein, if you take your protein shake, which most servings are probably 30 grams and 20 grams of that is protein, the other 10 grams is the chocolate flavouring, carbohydrate and sugar. Yeah, you're not going to put that on your cereal, are you? Then, you know, you've got a massive amount of that already. So if you're doing 2 or 3 of those a day, then you're having too much protein. What happens if you eat too much protein? Body stores it as fat because it's 4 calories per gram of fat. So whatever you don't expend, whatever you don't use, turns to fat. What was I going to say? Just be aware of what you're eating. Okay, 60% of what you eat every day should be carbohydrate. 20% of what you eat should be protein. And remember, your body is 60% water. Okay, 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. If you want to reduce your body fat, your size by a grapefruit, roughly every week, reduce your diet, your nutrition, your diet, your food, your fuel, by about 500 calories per day. 250 calories out of your diet, simple, Frappalaca Mochaccino and a couple of ginger nuts. And you exercise 250 calories, okay? That will give you 500 calories deficit out of your diet. 500 times 7, 3,500. That's a pound of fat off your body every week. 4 weeks, 4 pounds. 8 weeks, 8 pounds. 12 weeks, 12 pounds. Stone, yeah? It's not, this stuff ain't hard. Don't let it be hard. Don't pay somebody to tell you what is obviously very easy, okay? Don't get into bad habits like you're driving and start to cut corners and start to find cheaper ways of doing stuff, you know? Drink this, eat this, take this pill, yeah? Everyone remembers Juice Plus, the greatest thing in the world, wasn't it? Till all the pyramid schemes fell apart when people stopped buying it and people stopped getting rich. Now you don't see Juice Plus anymore. Herbalife, Isogenics, Lemon Jives, all these things, like really. Don't pay for it. Don't need to pay for it. Anyhow, that's it in nutrition. I don't want to go on any more than that in nutrition. 28 minutes. I wanted to wrap this up at 28 minutes. I'm gonna get through this quickly. That was the under. That was the understanding nutrition. Overtraining. Okay, I see this all the time. Somebody asked me to talk about this. I'm going to put my hand up. I am currently overtraining. I admit that, and there's a reason for that. Started running on the 1st of December, 79 days later, I'm still running. I'm banging out 10 miles a day at the moment to get to 600 miles by the end of March. It's tough. I'm eating loads, my legs are tight, I'm tired. You've all probably seen me if you're doing the Zoom calls. Yeah, I'm overtraining. It's plateauing my performance. I've got sore muscles, I've got fatigue. My resting heart rate is elevated. You know, I'm not injured, thank God, touch wood, touch the floor. Signs of overtraining are irritability, irritation, I'm losing it, plateau performance, low performance, okay? That's me, but I'm going to preach to you about it. Don't train the same thing every day. Don't spend an hour you can't go to the gym, don't spend an hour doing a workout every day. Don't pick up a kettlebell every day and do the same exercise every day. Yeah? Don't do sit-ups every day. Don't do push-ups every day. Don't do RDLs or deadlifts or good mornings or whatever it is you do or you used to. Don't do it every day. Moderate, like your diet, moderate it, okay? If you're overtraining, you're going out there trying to compete with me or with anybody else that's doing more miles or is going out biking loads or whatever. Overtraining in an event situation. My 100-mile races are an event situation. I'm looking after myself. I'm sleeping as much as I can because that's where your body's recovering. If you're not allowing your body to recover, you will see all the things I mentioned: soreness, injury, fatigue, irritation. What else I say? Low performance, plateauing, all those things. Yeah? If you suddenly realise that you're not as strong as you were, you weren't as fast as you were, you're more tired, you're getting a little bit crazy, getting a bit cranky, yeah? It's because you're overtraining. You don't need to overtrain. Those of you that are overtraining and undereating as a goal of achieving nothing, you're going to put yourselves in the grave. You're going to put yourselves in a very, very, very difficult position from an illness or an injury point of view because your immune system is just going to drop away. I tell you now, I'm doing everything I can to combat overtraining, and I will carry on running as long as I can till the end of March. So don't use me as an example. Don't sit there saying, well, he's overtraining. I know I'm overtraining. I've admitted that to you because I'm not perfect. But for you guys that are doing that, just think about what you're doing, okay? You only need about 45 minutes of good quality but moderated exercise 3 times a week, okay? Or half hour of really easy moderated exercise. So go out for a dog walk. Everyone's got dogs, haven't they, at the moment? Another subject. Go out every day, half hour dog walk, bike ride, play football with the kids, go and stand on the seafront, get everyone's way, all these things. That's fine. If you're going to do workout, like a Zoom call, PT session with me, whatever it is, I would never say to any of my clients, you need to train with me every day. Because the more you train, the more you're going to achieve, yeah? No, completely opposite, okay? Little is more. Remember that, little is more, okay? Don't overtrain, don't try and get on, classic, don't go on Strava and start looking at what everyone else is doing. Again, use me as an example, don't look at me and go, well, you can do it every day, so am I. I've seen so many people recently injured, okay? The reason you are injured is because you started down here in the last 3 to 6 months, and now you're trying to perform up here. There's been no gradual gradient. If you remember, I started running at the 1st of December, 3 miles a day. I started down here, so that was December, that was January, that was February, that will be March, okay? So slow increase to that. It's called a macro cycle, okay? It's a macro cycle, periodization of training, okay? Be sensible, but don't, whatever you do, go to Facebook and start asking questions, okay? That is not the place to get advice. If I post something on I call it Facebook, if you post something on Facebook, I guarantee you'll get replies off of people that have no idea what they're talking about, but they're trying to be as helpful as they possibly can because everybody wants to have the answer. Nobody wants to be wrong, everybody wants to be right, everyone wants to give you the reason why you should or shouldn't do something, and that's because they heard it off of somebody who heard it off of somebody who heard it off somebody. Chinese whispers, before you know it, eating pink pear drops at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon is the best thing since sliced bread because it antioxidizes your muscles and makes you run faster. It's utter bollocks. I swore, sorry. But ask an expert, okay? If you've got a water leak or your car's broken, you go and ask an expert. Go and ask an expert. Don't ask me. I'm not an expert. Go and ask somebody who knows what they're talking about. Now, ask anybody, but don't guess about it, okay? Please don't get on Facebook and start asking. Okay? I see lots of my clients asking other people questions when I'm sat here clearly available to talk to everybody for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I am the 5th emergency service. Sorry, I'm in a really funny mood today because I'm tired, I guess. That's what I'm going to cover, 35 minutes. I'm really sorry it went on so long, and I know none of you will watch to the very end unless you're doing quiz-a-size on Thursday, in which case I will test you. One more question. Does everybody really call each other hun in the real world, or is it just Facebook? It's something I need to know. If it's the case, I'll just call everyone hun too, but everyone on Facebook, hi hun, you're looking great hun, PM me hun. Anyway, I hope that was useful. Please comment, feedback. I want to see who's watching these. I want to know your thoughts. Okay, and video for next week. Let me know. I've got some ideas. Got some people that sent me some stuff. But yeah, I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Let me know. All right, take it easy. See you soon. Bye.